No soy Dominicano, better ya tú sabe. Yo, we're gonna try this again. I tried to go live last night and my stream completely went dark. Zero dark 30 in the building. Happy October. We are in the fourth day in the building. And I'm not about to play with this video because, ladies and gentlemen, what you have to understand is that life is not a game. Even though you want to laugh and play and enjoy, you have to work for you to understand that laughter comes from being comfortable. How you laughing? I mean, laughing does come from trauma as well. That is a defense mechanism. But how you laughing and shed is not sweet. That's some crazy work. So we're about to expose this light skinned ass ninja because he wants to come on the content on YouTube streets talking about I have to be the change in order for there to be a change. That's some crazy work. So if you're trying to be the change, how are you going to backdoor, ladies and gentlemen, and making video after video, not even putting no thought into your viewers or your people that support you? He's pretty much leading his supporters off a cliff, and that's some crazy work. But yet YouTube is praising this guy because he is pushing out struggle content. Well, he used to push out struggle content, but then he wants to backdoor and be holier than thou, and he wants to meet Tyler Perry. Now, I'm about to cook on that Tyler Perry later on in this video, but do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, as you come into the building, happy Saturday. Give this video a thumbs up by double tapping the screen. We are on StreamYard. I usually go live directly through my phone, but I'm going to give StreamYard a chance. So back to this rag Dontay. So this man was leading his viewers astray by giving the perception that he was losing his life, that he didn't have his life by the horns. He was going to job to job to job with a dish rag on top of his head as if anybody's going to hire that man. That's some crazy ass work. Then he wants to come back a month later talking about it was all cap. I only did it for the views. I knew it was going to get attention. I knew the views was going to skyrocket. So that's why I did it. So what good is it to gain riches but lose your soul? But apparently this light skin ass ninja doesn't give 2F about morals or ethics. All he cares is the dinero, the dollar bill, yo. That's all he cares about. Now he's coming on YouTube talking about he wants to be an actor. Now, even though that is very laughable, I have to keep it a bean. You are chasing a YouTube check. You can barely crack 5-10 views. You don't want to work for anybody, no employer. You was in Section 8 housing for 5 to 10 years, claiming $0 income. Meanwhile, this right, Dontay, you was receiving a YouTube AdSense check, but for some reason, your place where you was residing at did not check that. So you was still receiving income. Then you want to backdoor and claim $0. So you was living for free, but meanwhile, the taxpayers was paying for your way of living, this rag Dontay. And then on top of that, you want to push out into the world that chase the YouTube check. YouTube was on easy mode. Well, the only reason why they was pushing you was because during that time, there's a lot of politics and election that was going on and that was taking place. So they saw your light skin ass. We're gonna try our best not to curse on stream. They saw your ass dish rag Dontay, and they was like, you know what? We're gonna promote this because on that side of party, that's who we want to vote. So maybe we can promote this guy. People that's around your circle, people that's in Section 8 housing, maybe they'll get their ass up and go vote. After the elections was over, ladies and gentlemen, his views went down. And then he wants to put out struggle content and backdoor and say that it was all cap. Now, by all means, ladies and gentlemen, what we have to understand is life is not easy by any means. Every single day you have to go get it. Just because he was successful yesterday, today is a brand new day. You have to put into the work. You have to put in the work, because if you don't put in the work, you will not eat. Do not listen to content creators telling you to quit your 9 to 5 and chase a YouTube AdSense check as if they're going to pay for your bills, as if when the rent comes, which is already was the first, people still modern day society right now, ladies and gentlemen, people still have not paid their rent, but they're out there not complaining, not making videos like this right Dontay, like DoorDash. And speaking of DoorDash, she has been in hiatus. DoorDash, you can catch these strays too. Don't act like you wasn't begging for the past 3-4 months and you was picking back and off this rag Dontay, and then this rag Dontay went ghost, then you went ghost. You was begging on YouTube too. You was scamming the people. You was scamming your subscribers, making it seem like you're struggling. Meanwhile, you're living in a luxury apartment, have all. If you're really struggling, you're selling everything in that house. Let's keep it a being, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't have no funds hitting direct deposit into your account, and you have items in your apartment, in your place of residence, that TV, that couch, that coffee maker, whatever that has value, your jewelry, it is going on Craigslist, it's going on Facebook Marketplace, and you're selling everything that has value to survive. But everything was fully furnished in her apartment, but she was telling her subscribers that she was struggling. Can you believe in 2025 a minority, multiple minorities is going to press that green, that excuse me, that red record button, look the camera directly in the eye and tell the masses that they're struggling just to get a cash app donation, just to get people feeling some type of way? That is manipulation at its all time. And that's why we're documenting this video. And that's why we're calling it cap, because this is crazy ass work, ladies and gentlemen. 2025, if you are able enough to wake up and see another day, God blessed you enough to put air into your lungs, and you have two arms and two legs to go out there and get it on your own. How are you going to be asking the next man for their resources as if they don't have their own financial obligations to take care of? But then you have content creators talking about, oh, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 because it's too hard. They micromanage me. They're in my ear all the time. They're talking behind my back. So let me get this straight. So you rather struggle than to go through a little bit of resistance, turbulence at the place of work? Because we have to compare the two. Would you rather be stressed out by your coworkers gossiping, or be stressed out when you're looking at the rent payment, your bill payments, and there's no funds in your bank account? Matter of fact, your bank account is in a negative because you need to eat. At the end of the day, I don't care what no one says. As long as you have shelter, a roof above your head, clothes on your back, and food to put in your belly, then you are blessed. But to be such a scumbag and ask the next person for their finances. Now, if you go out there and get it on your own and you still need some extra assistance, trust me, I've been there. You do. Life is extremely hard. And if you don't have a financial blanket, a safety blanket, such as family, a lot of people don't have family. All it takes is that person to get sick one time, get injured one time, a couple months fly by, and that's it. They're on the street because they don't have no family to rely on. They don't have no friends to rely on. They don't have government assistance to rely on. Some people, they join the army and they get that government check every month, every 2 weeks. Some people don't have that luxury. Some people don't have the luxury to having a vehicle going to point A to point B. They are trying to catch lifts, Ubers to work with 20, 30, $50 a day sometimes. So whatever they make per day, they have to put minus 20, minus 30 just to go to the place of work. So life is extremely difficult. That does not mean you should be pressing that record button, telling the next man to give me their finances, trying to manipulate the people's hearts to make them feel some type of way. Meanwhile, he was capping the whole time. Because once again, ladies and gentlemen, what we have to understand is that life is extremely hard. It's not easy, but you're gonna come back door talking about I was capping for views. So let's go into the content, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank every single one of y'all in the building. We got the share screen. Let's go ahead and get to it.
The thumbnails and whatever. I want to see who's truly there to watch me for me. And the fact that I still
This light skinned ass nigga talking about he wants to see. Hold on. Do I even have the screen right? Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta make sure. Can y'all see the video that's playing? Yeah, y'all see it.
got an audience that watch, pretty much whatever I do is, that is the true direction you want to go. You want people that's going to be there for.
So this guy, this right, Dontay, now he's holier than thou. He's Muslim now, talking about that is a true way that you should lead your subscribers, for subscribers to support you no matter what you post. That you wasn't doing that the past 30 days. He was putting content after content. You know what? Let's go back into that crazy ass content of you doing the most. Because he wants a backdoor and talking about. Hold on, we gotta do the share screen. Give me 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the building, make sure you hit the like button by double tapping the screen. Let me take off this background. There we go. All right, we got Dish Rag Dante on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Talking about, can you hire me with a dish rack on his head, a hoodie in the middle of the summer?
I got like 9, 10 drivers. Yeah. How much do drivers make typically? They make over $20 an hour. Over $20 an hour doing driving? Yeah, they make good money. Okay. Yeah, all together, yeah, they make good money. Okay, well I'm going to the other location. Do y'all all got the same application so I can fill this out, take to the other one? Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you, man. All
right. Yo, why the dude he was talking to sound like that character from Charlie Brown? I'm a wop wop, yeah, man. We got the same location. Womp womp womp. Yeah, we don't give two F's about you. Why you even here? Womp womp womp. I'm only going to give you responses so I don't get fined. Womp womp. This Rack Dante was over here putting on a whole hoodie, going out there as if you can apply online. But I digress. If you want to apply in person, it is what it is. So you're going to a job with a hoodie on, assuming somebody's going to hire you. Stop the cap, this Rack Dante.
All right. So just got to the other Jets Pizza, and they got the sign out too, saying that they hiring for delivery drivers. So hopefully they can get us up in this morning. Started quick. I got this. All right. Also, too, I noticed that a few people donated to my channel through Super Thanks, and I really appreciate it. But please do not send me anything. I'm not looking for any donations or any.
So the man is struggling, talking about don't send me no cash apps. But see, what we have to understand is that he was pretty much saying that what you're sending is not enough. And if he truly didn't want those donations, he would have refunded back that bread, or he would have turned off his super thanks on his YouTube platform. He left it on. So if you're leaving it on, what you mean, please don't send donations? You left that thing on. That's crazy work.
Handouts. Very appreciative for anybody who, just trying to help me out. But I know everybody work hard for their money, and I'm not looking for that. Not looking for any handouts. So I wish there was a way I could send the money back to y'all, but I can't. And
I wish there was a way I could send the money back to y'all. Turn off, bro. Are we really serious? We're not living in Stone Ages. If you don't want donations, you can easily turn off your super thanks. Easy fix. See, this is all cap. He's just talking. It's manipulation. You got to read body language, read context. The man is talking about I'm not accepting donations. I'm not accepting cash apps. If that's the case, why do you have the super things on? Because on YouTube, if you don't know, you have the ability to turn super things on and off. This man is a manipulator. And you know what's crazy? What I'm most disappointed on is that I gave Disrac Dante credit in when he first came back, when he was on a hiatus for 30 days. I was talking about Disrac Dante as a man because now he's taking initiative. He's taking accountability. He's telling the people that he's doing wrong. But after a couple of videos that he posted since his hiatus, the man is straight cap. He's doing everything underneath the sun besides getting a 9 to 5. Meanwhile, his girl Hannah, right, his fiance, future wife, or if she is already his wife, I don't know. I think it's the fiance. She was in the hospital. She is diabetic, but current videos, she is consuming these sugary drinks, these foods that are not diabetic friendly. So is she really diabetic? Was they lying on diabetes just for views? Did it become that? Did the extent become that crazy? Morals was thrown out the window that he has to lie about his wife having diabetes. That's some crazy work, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, we back in the building. I'm gonna go ahead and skip this cap. Let's go straight to this man doing the most.
Okay. Delivery drivers.
Delivery drivers.
I went to the other location on Dixie Highway.
In Waterford.
Yeah, he said that somebody was his brother or something.
Yeah. So you guys talked to me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think we're really looking for a driver right now. Um, how many days are you looking to work?
Man, anything right now help, man. Like I'm like
Would you
desperately.
be wanting to do full time or just a couple days a week?
I mean, preferably full time, but I mean,
Okay.
anything to help me out right now. I'm in like a tough situation, so I'm really looking for something as soon as possible.
I might be able to. Might be able to squeeze in a driver.
So this man Dishrack Dante was lying about all this, so he decided to put on a hoodie, a do rag, come up to these job employers looking roughed up, offer content. And if you're gonna do that, how are you gonna backdoor a month later talking about it was all cap? We knew it was cap, but to actually confess his cap is crazy work. He completely destroyed his image. Ladies and gentlemen, take heed of this message. If you are building a YouTube channel, I understand you want the bag, I understand you want to blow up, but you have to stay authentic. You cannot lie to your faithful supporters because at the end of the day, without your supporters, you don't have a platform. So if you go through Dishrack Dante comments, let's go through his comments real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Give me this 1 second. I'll be back. I heard my neighbors. I'm like, what's going on outside? Cuz hold on. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. It's some crazy work. You got this light skin ass ninja lying to his people, bruh. Danny wants to be holier than thou. Talking about if you want to be the change. Maybe don't shut your light skin ass ninja up, bruh. All right. This is the comment section of Disrag Dante. He walks smooth, his shoulders looks everywhere as if he were waiting for the paparazzi to appear to interview him. The boy Dante looks like one of those summertime bugs that you find randomly in the carpet in your house. Hold on. You need a male role model immediately. Somewhere out there, while you were sharing your life struggles, somebody was watching and you was going through the same thing at the same time. And maybe they were feeling, I am not alone. But see, the thing is about this comment right here, you have some people that actually believe that Dishrack Dante is going through something. Meanwhile, he is not going through what he is portraying. Before we go back into the content, hold on. I have to spaz out. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I have to spaz out. What we have to understand, hold on. Let me take off my headphones for this one. Life is not a game by any means. How are we going to be making content showing that we are struggling? Meanwhile, we are not struggling just for clicks and views. This guy is violating YouTube policy guidelines in all type of shapes and forms. But yet YouTube wants to promote this guy. That's some crazy ass work, ladies and gentlemen. How are you going to be pushing out struggle content? Then you want to talk about, I want a movie role with Tyler Perry, as if Tyler Perry doesn't have his own allegations. So let's go to Tyler Perry real quick. Because this man wants to work for another man. Meanwhile, he doesn't realize that acting is a job. So how are you going to work if acting is a job? That makes no sense.
To decide to come forward with your story?
I wanted to speak out and not stay silent about it anymore.
Actor Derek Dixon sitting down for his first television interview since filing a $260 million lawsuit against media mogul Tyler Perry, detailing the alleged sexual harassment and assaults he says he endured.
That's when you push me up against the wall and grab my ass again.
Whoa, big pause. Hold on. Big pause. So this right, Dontay, you want to work with Tyler Perry so you can be thrown up against a wall and get touched from behind? Pause. Whoa, hold on. This right, Dontay, you're pushing out very low vibrational content. Because at the end of the day, I understand it's entertainment. That's why people are watching. But at the same time, people are taking it serious. In the comment section, you have people saying, I was going through it, so to see you go through it made me feel better. But in reality, he was never going through it. He was telling people that he's going to live in a U-Haul, taking his wife to the basement of his mom's house, talking about, don't touch this because this is mama's stuff over here in the corner. This is over here. That's going to be for us. But over here is my mom's shit right here. Don't touch the stuff over here. So you was showing video after video of you going through it. Meanwhile, people was believing you. So you was misleading your faithful supporters. Every single supporter should not be taken for granted. Every single last one. But you don't care. You don't reply to comments. You talking about, I'm going to collab. You ain't going to collab with nobody. All that shit is cap because it sounds good. And what's sad, ladies and gentlemen, is that kids are on this platform and they are going to, unfortunately, fall victim to this game. And that's why people such as myself have to document this journey, because we have to expose these scammers. We have to expose the Disrect Dontay. We have to expose the DoorDashers. We have to expose people pressing that red record button, coming in front of the masses talking about, I'm struggling. Meanwhile, you living in luxury apartments. The man is living off manipulation at its highest form because they don't want to wait. They want instant gratification. They want right now, but it takes time for you to build a fan base. And if you want it right now, you got to work on your content. Work on you, because at the end of the day, they're coming for you. You don't have to lie to the people, Disrect Dontay, and as a minority, you should know better because there's so much nonsense out there in the universe. You're adding to the nonsense when you're supposed to take away by bringing your personality, by bringing joy into the world. Instead, you're bringing confusion and manipulation. Then he wants to backdoor it, talking about it was all cap. That's some crazy work, ladies and gentlemen. Wants to have a movie role of Tyler Perry. Let's go back to this cap. You want to have a movie role of Tyler Perry? Man, that's some crazy work, bruh.
Dixon starred as Dale in Tyler Perry's BET series, The Oval.
Why are you yelling? I'm in this too, remember?
You're not in it. Did you get shot at?
No, I actually got shot.
He appeared in 85 episodes between 2021 and 2025.
Tell us about the first time you ever met Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I met him at his studio opening party in 2019. I was working for an events company, and we met, and he said to me, are you an actor? And I said, well, not right now. I'm working on it, but not right now. And he said, yeah, you are. We need to talk. You should get my number and we'll talk about this.
Did any of your initial interactions give you pause?
A few of them were.
Disrect Dontay, are you sure you want to work with Tyler Perry? Are you sure about that? Are you sure? You don't even know what you're talking about, man. Crazy work. The manipulations at the all-time highs. Crazy work.
They did give me pause, but they weren't bad enough to think like this was
crazy work. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the link to the description of all these videos that was being shown on the screen. I'm going to go and make a second live. I wanted to give the StreamYard a chance. Do me a favor if you're watching this content, let me know your take on the situation. How District Dontay is misleading his subscribers and he's telling the people to quit their 9 to 5 as if you, the viewer, is going to pay for his bills. But that's the crazy work that people like DoDash is taking people's bread, making it seem like she's losing her car, making it seem like she's losing her rent. Where is DoDash? She's nowhere to be found. Maybe her conscience finally hit her. Maybe she's realizing after losing thousands of subscribers that the content that she was making, yes, she was getting the content, the views, but she was losing subscribers. So the bag was there, but her subscribers was going lower and lower. So at the end of the day, the witch, ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, ding dong. I'm not wishing her under 6 feet under it, but the cap has finally ceased. She's finally stopped capping in front of the camera, asking the next person for their resources, making it seem like we're in the same shirt every single day, making it seem like she's not healthy, doesn't have 2 arms, 2 legs to go out there and get it on her own. She finally stopped the cap because she's like that annoying ass girl that nobody wants to play with, but because you're dribbling the basketball, she hears it from her house. She wants to come outside because she hears noise from inside. So she wants to go see what's going on. She's that girl. She finally stopped. Take your ass back inside. And she has been inside DoDash, DoTrash, Scammer, silly braids looking ass. Look at the content that DoDash was putting out into the world. Let me show y'all real quick, man, before I get out of here. Look at this nonsense. Hold on. That's the wrong one. Give me a second. Hold on. Image. I think it's this one. Is it that one? Oh, here we go. Look at the cap, ladies and gentlemen. What is that? She was on a storm. Like, she was making video after video after video, putting thumbnails of her going through it, talking about, I'm going to lose my car. You can't lose your car while you're in your car. Talking about, I'm going to get evicted. It takes months for that to happen. They're not going to evict you in 30 days. That is unlawful. Just lying to the people as if they're idiots. So they thought the people were idiots saying whatever. No, you're not lying to little kids. You're lying to grown-ass adults that have common sense, that have college degrees. And even if you don't have a college degree, you still are street smart enough. I hope you're street smart enough to know that you won't be evicted in 30 days. Sometimes not even 90 days. There is a procedure. You can't just kick somebody out of the apartment. Now, you can give notices saying pay the bill, but you can't just kick somebody out. So look at the content. I'm not going to go too much on the imagery because we got to keep it YouTube friendly, but this is some crazy work. Look at the top left-hand corner, ladies and gentlemen. And she deleted all those videos. No, we got receipts. As if screen record is not in 2025. If people don't know how to screenshot, are you serious? And you're a minority and you lying to your own people. Be your own people. Not all skin folk is kinfolk. Not everybody has your best interest, ladies and gentlemen. Some people really, all they see when they see you is a dollar bill. All they see is dinero. And that's one, if that's how you rock, okay. But to come on the internet and manipulate and trick the people, some crazy ass work. Now, today is Saturday. It's a beautiful day. And if you are healthy and you are blessed, then by all means, you have the ability to go out there and get it. There's apps that you can make money from. You can go out there and supply on your own. There's Favor down south in Texas. There's Uber. There's DoorDash. There's Instacart, Spark. The list goes on and on. All you have to, if you have a clean criminal record, for the most part, all you have to do is apply and you're in the building. You may have a waiting list, but once again, you're in the building. But these people like DoorDash, they don't want to work. They rather beg. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not be a financial burden to the next person. Whatever that's in front of you, you can change that situation. All you have to do is persevere, keep on fighting, because everybody else got something going on in the background. How are you going to be begging as if they don't have bills an obligation to take care of. Some crazy work. It's been your boy AC Picks in the building. I want to thank every single one of y'all that made it to this point of the video. Do me a favor, let me know your take on the situation. I'm gonna go out there and make something out of nothing on my own. Take care of yourself, because if you don't, who is?